tough Sunday. All right, it's part 15 on Brad's sled. Let's get this damn thing running. Get it out of here.
Out of here.
Yeah. Alright, we got a lot of little assembly tasks to get to, but priority number one for me is fixing this pipe. I don't know if you could see this. I'll probably come in for a close-up later. It's cracked about 3/4 of the way around up here. I got to weld that up again. And then you can see at some point this is on a sled that punched a tree. We think that's what happened to the original Ultra chassis. We're going to take a stab at fixing that. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'll say it right now and I'll say it again later. Don't try this at home. I'm going to show you a technique I've used to fix dents in pipes that I don't advise anybody else to use. It's frankly, it's probably a good way to get molten metal sprayed in your face if you're not really careful or good at it. And I'm going to be wearing a full face shield, believe me. So we'll bring you back when we're actually doing something. Alright, step one on pipe repair is to prep the crack for welding. I'm going to TIG weld that crack shut. Why are we doing the crack first? Well, it's very simple. If I plug this thing up and pressurize it to try to push this dent out, it's just not going to work. You know, all the pressure is going to come out the crack. So that's the first thing is I'm going to get the crack all prepped up here. Got my shield on. Alright, I'm all set up to TIG weld here. I've got the, can you see the welder? Kind of get a glimpse. It's an Everlast 255 EXT. Speed glass helmet, 3M helmet. And the most important thing about this helmet is that right there. That's a cheater lens, like reading glasses for the helmet. It's a 3.0, so I can get up real close. And then got my gloves. I've got my 045 filler wire here. You want to use really thin filler wire so the filler wire melts easy and you don't have to have a large heat input into the pipe. If you try to use a 3/32 on here, you're probably going to melt a bunch of holes in the pipe. And then the torch is just set up however it was set up for last time. It'll be just fine. I could probably go down to a number 8 gas lens on this and everything would be good. And if I need the room, if I need access, I will. So you may see that change as I go, but I'm going to start out like this right now. Okay, here's the finished repair. You know, I didn't go too crazy with the filler wire, but I did some reinforcement in there. And I did enough. You can see, this is damn near cracked all the way around. Let me get this tail up off the bottom. Wow. Oh, I'm not done yet. I do have a burn through right at the end there to patch up. So, to figure out how to hold this and I'll patch it up. Alright, there's that burn through area and the last tail of the crack all sealed up. So next, let's do something about this dent. Pretty sure this sled hit a tree. Okay, here's the pipe repair. So at the big end, the cylinder end, I have one of these. You can see I've already got it installed. At the small end, I have a hose jammed over. If that looks like an Indy hose that goes from the front cooler up to the water pump on maybe an XLT, maybe it is. And at the other end, I've got a few different sizes of fittings with a hose barb. And And then here, if you've watched any of my videos where we're working on motors, you've seen me pressure check motors. This is the same pressure check device. I'm just going to use it to provide a constant, I don't know, 7 to 15 psi, whatever I decide on, whatever it takes to do this. So I want to say one more time, don't do this at home. I'm a trained idiot. Maybe not. Maybe I'm not even trained. But I'm an idiot, and I'm going to put pressure in a pipe and then get it really hot. And if you can't see the potential of having molten steel blow out on you, you should rethink it. So I'm going to be wearing a face shield and like a welding leathers and gloves and stuff. But even that, is that really adequate protective equipment? I don't know. So like I said, don't do this because you see me doing it. If you do this, and if you see me doing this and you decide to do it, and you take me to court, I'm going to go, I told you not to! And the judge is going to play this video and go, he said don't do it. So don't do it. So there we go. We'll bring you along. All geared up, and I'm wearing jeans, and I'm wearing leather boots. So I'm properly geared. You can hear this pipe's got a leak. We don't care. The regulator's keeping up. We're keeping our 7 psi on it. I didn't give it enough oxygen. Let's do that again. Give it a little tickle of oxygen. There we go. Oh, what the hell was that? That's not bad. We're half done. We're halfway out. Blew up my flame. There we went. Alright, well, that's about as good as we're going to get. We blew that big hole in it. That sucks. We got it somewhat out, but it would have been better to use a rosebud instead of a cutting torch. Much better with a clean tungsten. Alright, there's that hole that I had to fill in that I blew in there. I don't know, you can use your own guess about how far we got the dent out. It definitely came out a ways. I don't know. Looking at it in person, I'm going to say it's about half out. And we're just going to stop there on this. And Brad reminded me, I'm not done welding. I don't know if you can see this. We got a whole bunch of cracks over here in this pipe, so I'll weld those up now too.
We're back on another pipe here.
Cracks are easy to weld. Alright, there we go. That's that crack on the second pipe that was just a big cluster, a big spider web of cracks blowing out, burned that big hole. I don't know, I think the repair looks pretty good considering the difficulties I dealt with. I can live with this. Now, the third pipe, I'm just going to let this speak for itself. We are not taking this on today. Ugh. Alright, there's some do's and don'ts of pipe repair. You saw me make a pretty big don't with the torch, heating it up with the 7 pounds of pressure. I've done it before with a lot better success than that. Today wasn't my day. I will tell you that I was using a cutting torch on oxygen and propane, and odds are that my flame wasn't truly as neutral as it should be. I think if a guy had an acetylene torch and a, what do you call the big tip? A rosebud tip, and you had a nice neutral flame on it, I think you probably have better success on that. So there's that. But the welds, you know, pretty happy with welding up the cracks. I mean, that was a giant spider web of cracks there. That was a CF. She's all, you know, fixed and reinforced nicely. There's a lot of rod in there. I went through 2.5 rods of 045 ER70S-6 on these pipes. You know, that's not that bad. And then I want to say thanks to our Patreons: Aaron Shriver, Michael Johnson, Matt DeFosse, Charles Myers, Alex Sherrill, and Brandon Parasiu. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. It won't be long, and the beer and pizza fund will have actually reached the point where we can buy some beer and some pizza. Maybe next month? I don't know. You got to reach a certain amount before they let you take the money out. But you guys are a huge help to us to keep the channel going, keep the morale up, and let's face it, you know, we don't want to lose any weight, so we're going to need a little pizza. So next time we bring you back, the plan is we're going to drive this thing. See you next time.